Hi there, this is Warren Bingham, and this is the sixth and final video of the IBD medical series, Upgrade Your Confidence with Diabetes. It's a great pleasure, it has been a wonderful pleasure to have shared my story, my journey and my insights with you, and I hope you've found the last 5 videos to be of interest, to be motivating and to be reassuring at the very, very least. So this episode is really a highlight summary of perhaps the last 4 or 5 videos, and if you will, sharing with you some of my key learnings, and through that perhaps how has diabetes, and since being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, how has that changed and affected my life. So I've got a list of things here just to succinctly go through, so excuse me for checking on my notes all the time. But I do want to share a number of really important elements of what I believe have been critical to my journey, to my success, and some of my frustrations, albeit the way that we live with type 2. Firstly, I'd just like to start with something that I read a few years ago. It was before my diagnosis, but it really has enabled me to understand and to manage the changes and the focus that's been required to live unmedicated or non-medicated lifestyle diet controlled type 2. And that is that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. And if there's something in life, in my life, that I've learned, that it's really about taking time to understand and to learn from what's going on, and more importantly, to put better in place, in this case, a lifestyle and a health regime and an exercise regime and a sleeping regime, if you will, that would enable me to live better and live healthier. So life is 10%. The 10% was the diagnosis. The reaction of, other than getting frustrated and annoyed and denied the fact that I could possibly be type 2, I realized that I had to accept the diagnosis and then do something about it. And it's that doing something about it that's made the biggest difference. I could have sat there and continued to whinge and whine and complain and feel victim, if you will, to a chronic disease diagnosis. But in the end, I decided the best thing for me to do was just to get on with it. Type 2 certainly has been life-changing for me, and it's a permanent life change. And that is that what I've learned and what I've changed in my lifestyle through those lessons is an ongoing daily exercise. It doesn't finish with one blood result. It doesn't finish with a certain date in time. I will forever be focusing on what I eat, what I drink, how and how much and what style of exercise do I get, and how much quality sleep am I getting every single night. So for me, it's a gift that it's woken me up and it's made me realize that I do need to be thinking about these things, whereas previously I probably took a lot of that for granted. I have never been, and this is a pretty bold statement, but right now, my weight, my health, my physique, my status, my activity and my lifestyle is healthier, and I'm fitter than I've been for a heck of a long time. Maybe I haven't been this fit and this healthy since I was 18 or 19. I'm certainly eating better, I'm drinking, I'm eating, drinking and exercising much better than I was, and certainly a lot healthier than I have been for many, many years. Diabetes doesn't define me. It certainly plays a big part of my life, and it's been an absolute pleasure to share my journey with other people who either experience diabetes or know people who are living with diabetes. But it doesn't define me. I don't introduce myself as, hi, I'm Warren Bingham, I'm a diabetic. I do live with type 2 diabetes, and I've been able to use it to my advantage to improve the quality of my life. There are certainly ups and downs. There have been many ups and downs throughout this journey of learning to live with diabetes and fighting through the frustrations of having an unexplained high blood glucose reading or even an unexplained and unexpected higher than wanted HbA1c level. But nevertheless, it is a journey, and it's the destination that we're we're looking for. And that destination is being able to say that you're doing the best you possibly can looking after yourself. Ultimately, if you spend time focusing on your health, you only have yourself to gain on that, and your body will thank you. Whether or not you can get to non-medicated status, or you can reduce your medication, or you simply just live a better quality of life with the same medication and care in existence. In the end, if you look after yourself and work towards eating better, sleeping better, and exercising better, then you will feel better for it. And sometimes it's those ups and downs that are a challenge that force you to think and rethink, is this really worth it? Well, it is. It's definitely worth it. And my advice is to keep persisting and keep trying. You're going to be living with this disease for a very, very long time, ultimately for the rest of your life. So give yourself a chance to be frustrated. Give yourself a chance and cut yourself some slack if things aren't working well. Don't be so hard on yourself if your results aren't great today, or if they aren't great at your next blood test, because life gets in the way. Sometimes stress can cause more of a spike in your blood results than anything that you eat or drink. So if you get stressed over your results, guess what? You're probably contributing to more higher levels than you want. So remember, take time out, celebrate the success of those things that you celebrate, the good blood glucose meeting, celebrate the fact that you might have got a decent night's sleep, celebrate the fact that you might feel better in the morning than you have done for a long time. Because ultimately it's you that you're doing this for, and there will be challenges, but in the end, if you can focus on the positivity and just give yourself that room to fail, if you call it that. Give yourself the room to see that your results aren't as great as you wanted them to be, but you're on this for a long time. It's a long journey, and everything you try will ultimately lead towards something better than perhaps not doing anything at all. So I just wanted to share with you really where I am now. What is it, 5-6 years since my diagnosis, and how has type 2 really changed my life? Well, certainly before I was diagnosed, I weighed 74 kilograms. I thought I was pretty healthy. I was playing soccer, I was water skiing in the summer, sometimes doing some stuff around the boat and on the water in the winter, but I was pretty active. But what I wasn't doing is I wasn't getting daily exercise. And I wasn't also really thinking about what I ate, except other than the fact of what would I like to eat rather than what is the quality of the food that I'm eating. Today, as of this morning, I was 66 kilograms, so I've lost 10% of my body weight. And I know that's had a huge impact on my ability to be able to live with and maintain my type 2 diabetes level, to the point that I'm still non-medicated several years later. So I don't know when the last time it was that I weighed this weight, but I'm feeling great for it. A lot of the trousers that I used to have, and even the tops that I used to have only 3 years ago, are now big on me, and it's a good damn excuse to go and buy some new clothes, and certainly through COVID, why